Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A man has been arrested after state police say he scaled an iron security fence and set fire to the Pennsylvania governor's mansion early Sunday morning. In a press conference on Sunday, Governor Josh Shapiro said he and his family were awakened by the state police and had to evacuate the residence.
Last night, we experienced an attack not just on our family, but on the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania here at the governor's residence. I want to thank the Pennsylvania State Police for safely evacuating our family, for their bravery last evening, and for their careful leadership of this investigation. I want to thank Harrisburg Fire and their chief, who was personally on the scene and spent time with me and my family last night. He and the other firefighters from Harrisburg ran toward danger to help keep us safe and quickly putting out the fire.
Shapiro said the evidence indicated that the attack was targeted, but that the full investigation is still ongoing.
We don't know the person's specific motive yet, but we do know a few truths. First, this type of violence is not okay. This kind of violence is becoming far too common in our society. And I don't give a damn if it's coming from one particular side or the other, directed at one particular party or another, or one particular person or another. It is not okay. And it has to stop.
According to officials, the attack took place just after the family had celebrated a traditional Jewish ceremonial dinner for Passover. In his statement, Shapiro said the attack will not deter him from performing his duties as governor or practicing his faith.
If this individual was trying to deter me from doing my job as your governor, rest assured I will find a way to work even harder than I was just yesterday for the good people of Pennsylvania. Here's a third truth. If he was trying to terrorize our family, our friends, the Jewish community who joined us for a Passover Seder in that room last night, hear me on this. We celebrated our faith last night proudly, and in a few hours we will celebrate our second Seder of Passover again proudly. No one will deter me or my family or any Pennsylvanian from celebrating their faith openly and proudly.
According to Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner Colonel Christopher Paris, 38-year-old Cody Balmer had been arrested and charged in connection with the incident. He faces charges of attempted homicide, terrorism, aggravated arson, and aggravated assault. Authorities say Balmer scaled the 7-foot-high fence around the residence, eluded officers, forcibly entered the residence, and set it on fire using beer bottles filled with gasoline. According to investigators, Balmer was only inside the residence for about a minute before he fled the scene and was later arrested in the area. Community leaders gathered at the Hazleton Launch Box on Thursday to discuss how the potential closure of the Penn State Hazleton campus would impact the Hazleton area. The roundtable was hosted by Senators Dave Argel and Linda Schlegel-Cover and PA State Representative Dane Watrow and Jamie Walsh. After the event, Watrow said he was overwhelmed and grateful for the number of people who came out in support of the campus.
It was a great turnout today. I can't believe the overwhelming support that the public, stakeholders, alumni, even the chancellor spoke. And there's a clear message to be said right here. Save Penn State Hazleton. They're not backing down, and they're asking for main campus to take a really deep dive into our Hazleton campus here, and we got to keep it. The Hazleton Area School District is growing at a very fast, rapid pace, and we believe that those students are going to want to stay locally. I met with a good handful of them that are in transition to go there next year. Excited. So this is a very important piece. We got to keep Penn State Hazleton afloat.
Penn State Hazleton freshman Paul Neihard was in attendance at the roundtable and said the news of the potential closure has been detrimental to many students' education.
The news about the campus closures is very, at least I feel for me, I've seen it at Penn State Hazleton, disruptive to our education, our land grant mission at Penn State. Our land grant mission is to have that extension of our university across the Commonwealth, to offer that opportunity, that fantastic opportunity of education. And it's very tough because it's almost like I feel like to an extent our community has been disrupted. We're vying, we're advocating, we're pushing because we're trying to survive. We're trying to keep our campus open.
Instead of discussing closures, Neihard suggested Penn State should switch the conversation to solutions.
I think really the goal today was making sure that the administration at Penn State, at University Park, our president, our vice president are hearing us, and we're putting those statistics out, and we're advocating for our campus. I think my major point especially that I felt really passionate about is obviously finding a solution, because having a committee, there's a committee currently, that's working under the direction of President Ben Japuti to look at what campuses should be closed. And I think we should do the opposite. How can we keep campuses open? Especially Penn State Hazleton, we have the numbers, we have the applicant numbers, but our actual, and we have the admittance numbers, we have plenty of students that are being admitted, but they're not following through with enrolling. So how can we make changes like that?
Other participants at the roundtable included Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce President Mary Malone, who cited a 2019 study indicating that Penn State Hazleton contributed $36 million to the local economy, and Hazleton Area School District Superintendent Brian Uplinger, who shared that the school district is one of the fastest growing in Pennsylvania with an annual growth rate of 8%. To view the full roundtable discussion, you can visit Senator Argle's website at senatorargle.com. A man from Butler, Pennsylvania has been arrested after officials say he threatened to assault and murder President Donald Trump and other U.S. officials. According to the United States Department of Justice, 32-year-old Sean Monper was arrested on Wednesday, April 9th after making multiple threats on YouTube. Federal agents say the threats were made under the YouTube name Mr. Satan between January 15th and April 5th. Using the Mr. Satan account, investigators say Monper told viewers he was stocking up on guns, body armor, and ammo in preparation for a mass shooting. Monper also reportedly threatened to kill President Trump, Elon Musk, all the heads of agencies that Trump appointed, and members of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The case is still under investigation by the FBI and the Butler Township Police Department. Assistant U.S. Attorney Brendan McKenna is prosecuting the case. Coming up on WYLN News, Hazleton Area School District announces the return of English classes for parents. Plus, the Easter Bunny returns to Hazleton for the annual Easter Bunny Trail. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health, investing in your well-being and building healthier communities, because more expertise and convenient care mean better outcomes and a healthier you. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow it's gonna be really rainy, so make sure you bring your umbrella.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, La-Z-Boy, England, and Dylan Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. 2 people were life-flighted from the scene of a motor vehicle accident on Interstate 80 Monday morning. Emergency crews say they were dispatched to the scene around 1:30 a.m. for a reported motor vehicle accident with injuries. According to officials, the incident took place around 1:30 a.m. Upon arriving at the scene, crews say they found a vehicle that was fully involved and had rolled down the embankment. The fire was extinguished and 2 patients were life-flighted from the scene with 2nd and 3rd degree burns. The Hazleton Area School District has announced the return of English classes for parents. In a press release, Superintendent Brian Uplinger said the purpose of the program is to give parents the tools to communicate and participate more fully in their children's education to build stronger connections between home and school. As an added support, the district will also be providing free childcare during the class sessions. Participants in the program will receive weekly language instructions along with practical tools and information to help them engage in their children's academic journey. Hazleton residents braved the cold and wind on Sunday during the city's annual Easter Bunny Trail. Along the trail, participants had the opportunity to visit booths staffed by members of local businesses and organizations to collect candy and goodies. The trail ended with crafts and games sponsored by Faith Church and the Hazleton Art League. Participants also had the opportunity to pet and feed alpacas and take photos with the Easter Bunny. The event ran from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at City View Park in Hazleton. Coming up on Tamaqua's News Choice, we check in with Luzerne County Manager Romilda Crocomo and Crocomo's County Report. Plus, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Shenandoah Part 1. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when 2 healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More locations, more clinical trials, more breakthrough treatments. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network, together for the future of care.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose, That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Welcome back to Crocomo's County Report. I'm joined as always with Luzerne County Manager Romelda Crocomo. Romelda, how's it going today?
Very well. How's it going with you?
Going pretty good.
Good. That's good. Always good.
Yep, always good. I know today you want to remind our viewers about an upcoming town hall meeting you have next week, or I guess this week. As a matter of fact, on Wednesday, yep.
Wednesday, 5 o'clock in Whitehaven at the Whitehaven Library. It's one of a series of town halls that we're doing, and I hope to see you there.
All right. I don't know if you've always reminded viewers if they would like to have a town meeting like this, I believe they can contact the Luzerne County offices and try to get something situated within like their own municipality for town halls such as these.
Yeah, absolutely. You can email me, you can call the office, and we would love to go in your community. We've been in Pittston and Nanticoke, Hazelton. We've been into the Back Mountain, now Whitehaven, and we want to keep going. I know it's hard for individuals to necessarily go to council meetings, and I'd like to go out into the community to tell you what we're doing in the county and to answer your questions.
Absolutely. I know with the upcoming election, you also wanted to remind our viewers about poll workers if they were interested in doing that for the upcoming election and how to go about doing that.
Right. We have a primary election coming up at the end of May, and it's always good to have extra poll workers and poll workers. We have training that poll workers have to go through, so if you have time and you want to spend a day working the polls as a poll worker, please contact the Election Bureau. You can contact them on our website, and someone from the Bureau will reach out to you.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want to share with our viewers this week?
Well, we've just celebrated Passover, and Good Friday is coming up, and I want to wish everybody who celebrates and participates in Passover and Good Friday to have a very peaceful and reflective day. They're solemn, holy days, and I just wish you the very best.
Absolutely. Well, as always, I want to thank Luzerne County Manager Romelda Crocomo for joining us here on Crocomo's County Report. We'll see you next time.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, what would you do? A man calls you from Florida who for 18 months his pain is so bad, no doctor has helped him, 15 of them. 18 months of pain, he's suicidal. I went to Florida. Let's see if I help the man.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns. In the early 1800s, the area that is today's Shenandoah at the foot of Locust Mountain was a wilderness, a great forest the few traversed. The first permanent resident of the area was Peter Cayley, who arrived in 1835. He built a log cabin, cleared land for a farm, and lived entirely on his own for 20 years. Then, in the 1850s, he found coal around his property. As later studies would show, this was no accident. The Mammoth Vein, the largest single seam of anthracite coal in the world, runs directly under today's Shenandoah. Not long after Cayley's discovery, the Philadelphia Land Company arrived looking for coal deposits. Cayley sold his land to them, never to see a major profit from his discovery. The company set about the process of building a town around the coal deposits. Under the direction of Pottsville's Peter Schaefer, it was officially laid out in 1862, the same year that the first colliery, the Shenandoah City Colliery, opened. There is some dispute as to the origins of the name Shenandoah, which was ultimately bestowed on the new town. By some sources, it was a derivation of a local Indian word meaning sprucey stream. Others believe the original meaning was river flowing alongside high hills and mountains. Still others say it was named in honor of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley, which itself was named for an Iroquois word for deer. And there are those who think the name means daughter of the stars. Regardless of how the name's origin was, however, the new town was officially incorporated in 1866, and its population grew quickly as the mines started opening. In those early days of mining, most new immigrants to Shenandoah were Irish, and like Irish immigrants in other coal boom towns of the region, they worked in terrible conditions underground for long hours and little pay. By the mid-1870s, many of these Irishmen had reached a breaking point. The rise of the Molly Maguires and their alleged war of retribution on the mine owners spread quickly, and Shenandoah was a known hotbed of labor unrest. It was indeed in Shenandoah that undercover Pinkerton detective James McParland arrived in 1874. His mission, as laid out by his superiors, was to infiltrate the Mollies and undermine them. Using the alias James McKenna, McParland infiltrated the Shenandoah branch of the ancient Order of Hibernians, the fraternal Irish organization under which the Mollies operated, and was eventually named secretary of this branch of the organization. Eventually, McParland's testimony on the plot he'd allegedly been made privy to over 2.5 years would send many men, some of whom were likely innocent of the specific crimes they were to be charged with, to the gallows after highly questionable trials. After leaving the coal region, McParland ran into further controversy surrounding his efforts in the breaking of strikes in Kansas and Colorado. He died in 1919, his shadow still living large after his death over the coal region for his efforts in bringing down the Molly Maguires. Which also got an unexpected international fame, as a character based on his exploits against the Mollies would be featured in the Sherlock Holmes story The Valley of Fear.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow it's gonna be really rainy, so make sure you bring your umbrella.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.